Hey YouTube, Test Just One here. I just thought I'd just do a little video to probably help the new collectors of 1/6 figures that have just joined the game and clear a little thing up that I firmly believe in my collection, and this is in the conditions of collecting for 5 years plus. The figures that I have and what I do, if I tend to keep these collectors for long term. The issue obviously is the rubber or the latex design of some of these figures from other companies that is currently floating around the system at the moment. And what I mean by that is the recent issues of now to long-term issues that can occur in time. Now what I'm referring to is, first up, Raiden, the figure that I have here, Raiden. I always check out the figure itself completely, like weak points, possible weak points with this figure was the flimsy pin that's holding this sword on. You know, already had a drama with that, but self-tapped it, re-glued it. It's probably a little bit stronger than it used to be. Some would refer to that as a bit of custom work that might be required. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But I would definitely sell this as new, because as far as I'm concerned, that is better than what it was when I first got it. This is fine now. It's a little bit shorter, but it's stronger. The arms when I first got it from the manufacturers, it was crap. The arms didn't, pretty much non-existent, both arms. I had the arms replaced. Since then they're posable now. Do I want to pose these arms in extreme conditions? Not really, because the figure itself doesn't have a great articulation because of all the fancy framework on this body. So I don't want to scratch the armour and stuff, so I'm pretty much put it in sort of a standard sort of pose, museum style pose, so it's protected. With the articulation, I'd like to class full 10 is like a full bend to its maximum capacity, like for a double jointed arm, till it can't go any further. Where some joints and some of these latex and rubber designs, you cannot do a 10. You cannot do a 10. They're pretty much a style design, if you would say that. A style design that look good, has a little bit of articulation, but doesn't want to be killed, if you know what I mean. When I mean killed, don't overpose it. I like to rate these poses, if you would. To me, a slight bend to the arms for Raiden would be great. It's not going to stress the joints, which they're not. Believe me, they're not really good condition. They've got a fault their design, which I've already been shown. I believe it was Zombie Jason has shown me that. But I'll put the link below on the repair of these arms. There's a part A and part B that I will put a link below to show you what the problem is inside that arm and how to repair it, because the person has gone through a lot of work to show how to fix this problem. So a rating of 1 to 10 on these latex rubber arms, for keeping it for 5 years plus, if not longer. I would rate these bending arms at around about a 4, so not even halfway, not even bending it halfway. 4 maximum, sitting on 3. It's probably sitting on about a 2 now, 2.5 to 3. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to sort of make it as clear as possible. You cannot leave these arms and these poses in permanent positions like this, or you're going to have problems. It does say that not to leave these poses for a long period of time. Now, getting back to that, fully rubbered body, complete new design than the 89 version. Doesn't have lateral leg posability in the legs anyway. Would I? Probably not, because you probably find that it would split eventually in the groin. What would I pose this into? A very, very minute pose. Bending the arms, leave it that way? Possibly not. I wouldn't leave these arms in bent position because they are rubber. And I think over time, 5 years plus again, they would split. Or the joints eventually would wear down and it wouldn't hold its pose. So I would pose this person, legs and arms, at a rating of about 4. 3 to 4. Again, same as the Raiden arms. He's pretty much like I said, museum pose. Most of my figures are, I think someone said, factory set. A factory set pose. So you put them in a standard pose. Most of my figures are in standard poses, apart from the really good articulation, like Bruce Lee for instance. You can really pose the hell out of him. Doesn't have the rubber on his joints. You can cut loose, cut sick. So you've got your articulated, standard articulation points and joints. Go for it. Go for it. Leonidas, Hot Toys, an old figure, 5 years. 5 years. Really proud of this figure. Do I stretch his arm above his head? No way in hell. This is my grail figures. I love it to death. I really do. He's posing points. He's on a rating of about 3 to 4, 3.5 to 3. Yeah, I wouldn't even go any further than that. I can go halfway. Just caught Nice Tyson on the way down. Wide arms. Don't bend them backwards and forwards too much. You possibly could snap. Not only that, you could split the rubber. This is sort of like a very airy style rubber. I think it's a high quality from Hot Toys for a figure that they made, and doesn't seem to have any weak points. It is jointed at the knees, but does have wire, like a wire in the arms. So I haven't posed this much. It'd be lucky to get touched. This is the first time I've pulled this figure out in 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years. Still, to have it in my hands, I get so excited, and I'm just really proud of this figure, and it's one of my, as I said, grail figures. Okay, another one. Articulated in the legs, it has the rubber body, it has a little bit of crunch. No, it doesn't have any crunch at all in it. Whereas the rubber surrounding the figure is quite secure because it's molded tight. Does have this rubber little seamless arms from the shoulder right down to the wrist. Do I want to hold the bending pose? Probably put it on a rating of about 4. Sorry. Around 4. Would I leave in a 4 or 5? Possibly 5 rating pose? Not really. I might do, but I'd prefer to do a Terminator, maybe having the police shootout Terminator holding his his shotgun or whatever it is over his shoulder. He doesn't have rubber arms. This one does, so would I like to pose him in a full bend? No, I wouldn't. No, I would not. No, 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 no. Because I collect these figures for long term, if not keep. If not keep. So I've lost his. I don't know where this mag. He's got this much stuff on him. I have no idea where this has fallen out. He's got. I have no idea where this. Where the magazine's fallen out of. I think I found it. Yeah, it's coming out of his machine gun. Right, okay, do you understand that one? I'm trying to make it as clear as possible without the confusion going on, especially with beginner collectors that buy these high-end figures and then pose the shit out of them, and some of these figures aren't meant to be posed the shit out of. So my opinion that these figures that are made out of the latex or rubber, as you will, especially when they're full bodies like they are, like the Hot Toys Leonidas, and we have the Storm Toys Mike Tyson here, which it's got some issues. I've checked mine out from head to toe, and it's not split, but I don't do 10 poses, if you know what I mean. Some people have demonstrated that on their video. Would I like to do that? No. No, especially when they're wired. I'm very skeptical, very dubious of doing full poses. So the rating on this Tyson would be the same, 3. That's it. Yeah, 3. Whether this is a new design from a company that's just started out. They haven't been making figures, especially rubber figures, for very long. Do they have a bit ahead of them to get it right? Damn right they do. They do. They're going to make mistakes just like any other company. And am I going to stop buying these figures? No, no way. But I will stay to my ratings, my pose ratings, which is less than 5. So if you do have one of these figures, you might want to take my advice. It's up to you. I haven't been around for very long. I'm not an expert, and I'm definitely not what you class as a high-end reviewer. I have an opinion, and I state my opinion in my videos, and some people respect me for it, and some people don't respect me for it. But that's fine. That's what it's all about. This is the game of YouTube, and this is how people get treated. So that being said, hopefully, I'm hoping that people understand the game, the 1/6 game, how people are trying to make real as possible. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, if you can only get real as possible, prepared to limit your posability on the figures, because you'll probably find they're made out of latex or rubber. And until these companies get it spot on right and can guarantee, or should guarantee, give us a warranty, at least, like with everything, especially everything else, like high-end collectibles, a warranty of at least a year, 12 months warranty. Okay, if it's natural causes. That means keeping out of sunlight. There's so many things you have to cover for that, but keeping out of light, you're never going to get it. All you can do is claim for your damages once you unbox it, if it's broken or damaged. But try to stick to what I'm trying to get across, especially, yeah, like I said, new collectors. If you got something like this, which I love it to death, I really do, I love it to death because of the muscle structure, especially the back. I love the back. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, muscles in the back, and yeah. I prefer to have it like in a neutral pose or factory fault pose. I think someone mentioned that in one of their videos. I think it was regarding a Mike Tyson figure. Factory pose, great way to explain something. So please take my advice. It's up to you. If you don't, go for it. Pose the fucking shit out of it. It's up your figure. And but don't complain later on that it's split, because these companies haven't got it right yet. They haven't got it right. It's got to be almost like skin that moisturises itself for years. So what they should be doing is we should be injecting what do you call it, the oils into it to keep it lubricated, like some bodybuilders are doing these days, to build their muscles. Synthol, I think it's called. Yeah, so a little bit of BP in these joints. You probably injectable points. You probably have a figure that lasts quite a while, but at the moment they don't have those injecting points. So be very careful. Stick to the 3 to 4 gauge, and I think you'll be okay. This is what I'm going to do with my Mike Tyson. This is what I do with my Leonidas. Still have these figures. They're still great. Love all my hot toys. Love Storm toys. Love Sideshow. Sideshow don't do a lot of the rubber stuff, but guess what? I pose the crap out of Sideshow all the time because I know I can. That being said, it's it for me. Hope you enjoyed my video. Test Just one out. Catch ya.